What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Crew 2, and well, in this video we're going to be taking a look at the best drag car for skills. Now, I did make a video about the best drag car, like in general I have, and obviously that is going to be the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, and funnily enough, this may also carry over to the skills as well. So talking about these other cars here, why don't I normally use a lot of these cars on escapes? Well, the main reason for that is a lot of these cars just don't handle that well, which funnily enough, drag cars aren't supposed to handle anyway. But the Corvette is an exception to the rule, I guess, there. I really don't run any of these on escapes or speed traps and stuff like that because those are always in summits now. For speed traps, though, I noticed the HUP 1 Inferno Edition here is actually very, very good. I've been noticing people have been using this car a lot lately on speed traps, at least when it came out. But then I've been noticing a lot of people are starting to run the regular Corvette Stingray now. Probably because they got tired of this car, or maybe it's the wheel spin or whatever that may be. But this car is also insanely fast as well. And when it comes to the rest of these cars here, I really don't run them too often, to be completely honest, on skills. So why does the Corvette... well, why is it so good for that matter? Well, for one reason, this thing is insanely fast. If you have Nitro Chemist, it does over 400, which I noticed the Inferno Edition does that as well. Most of the drag cars do about 390 or so, but something about the Corvette just makes it so amazing. I don't know what it is, but this car is just so much better than most of the drag cars in every aspect. And when it comes to escapes, this thing is just so good. And for some reason, it can turn decently on escapes when you're on the highway and stuff like that, which gives you an edge on getting as far as you can on the escapes there. I know some people are getting like 80,000 yards on some of them, which, believe it or not, is actually kind of useless. You actually don't need to go that far. I believe it's only like 15 to 20,000 yards or so will get you the max 155,000 point score there on the summits. So do keep that in mind if you're trying to get like 50,000 points. Really, the only way to do that, and only reason for that matter to do that, is to pretty much be in the leaderboards there. So I'm going to run a couple of speed traps and a couple of escapes with this car right now and talk about this a little bit more. I feel like the Corvette is definitely a car that should be looked at more if you're thinking about buying a drag car. The other car you can also look at is the Inferno Edition, is also very, very good. So jumping into one of the more popular escapes here with the Corvette, guys. So this car is obviously going to be #1 in pretty much every aspect. If any of you guys have been doing escapes in the summits, you will notice that the Corvette is the only car you'll pretty much see. People are lined up behind each other, racing each other down the highways and all that with this thing. And that's for good reasoning, because I do feel like this car deserves a lot of love for what it is. I notice more and more people are using it, which is good to see. It also raised the competition up as well, unless we have a new drag car that takes over, which I don't really see that happening anytime soon. The Inferno was a little bit on top there for a little bit, and then it kind of fell right back down. I'm not seeing that car nearly as much as I was before, which is probably a good thing. The car is great. That thing does actually over 400 miles an hour as well, which, if you all are wondering how fast are the drag cars, well, the funny thing enough, most of them actually do around 400 miles an hour, like 390 or so with Nitro Chemist. Most of them can actually do that, which is kind of funny. So if you guys are wondering, the Corvette is very, very fast in that aspect. But I feel like this car is just better in other ways, which really puts it above and beyond the other drag cars in a lot of ways. So doing this one right now, I'm almost at 7,000 yards with this thing. I just hit my Nitro Chemist there, which gives you double the nitrous in the drag car, which is absolutely insane. And I'm now just cruising at 340, so you guys are going to have some of these turns you have to go around as well. Sometimes downshifting in the drag cars is a great way to go around these turns. I've been noticing that. If you're trying to go full throttle in like 5th gear around the turns, keeping your speed up is not going to help, as you see right there. You're going to have to downshift sometimes to get your speed back down for the car to actually grip, and then just immediately shift back up and get your speed back. And I really feel like this is another way this car shines so much in so many ways that it just... There's really no other reason to use other drag cars in the skills right now in these summits, and I feel like it might stay that way for a while until like new cars might come out, which I guess we'll have to wait and see, because there should be an update soon. So there is the escape right there done, guys, over 13,000 yards there, which will get you an insanely high score. In the second escape, I would jump into one of the more annoying ones here, because this one is definitely going to be the ones that will pretty much send you into a different dimension, because it is so, well, dumb, honestly. So you start out on off-road there, and you have to jump onto this road that is full of uneven ground and weird jumps and all kinds of stuff, mixed with some crazy turns here. This is actually one of the easier ones to get around with the drag car here, and then have some weird turns with cars pretty much in every possible direction in your way. And it's something that I do not like, but it is one of these ones that will probably end up showing up in the summit in time. And I feel like the drag car here, this car is just really good for these, and I was kind of surprised how well it handled on a summit and some of these that are similar to this, because this escape is just something that I like. I don't think anybody actually wants to actually do it. There's so many turns and stuff that can screw you over. The car's got to keep its stability. Cars spawn randomly. I lose my grip right there like that, and like it's just something that a lot of people probably don't actually want to deal with. And then you have a tunnel turn here But this card luckily can go through this decently. So as you guys see, that actually wasn't too bad. Sometimes it's a little worse. You probably could get a perfect run there where you can probably fly out of that, which definitely could be a good thing. And then you hit your nitrous here, and then you have a huge jump in this area that you pretty much have to hit perfectly, or you're pretty much going to fly off the road there. Or you could do what I did and actually hit the tree, which is pretty cool, and knock yourself back in the road. So for this one, I'll probably get a little over 9,000, almost 10,000 yards or so for this one, which will get you a great score. I know this one I actually almost got around that other turn when I did the summit there. So if you do perfectly and you don't hit trucks like me, you probably get a great score on this. So this one is going to be one of the ones that I recommend that you guys do practice on a little bit. So being able to do these speed traps solo with this Corvette is also very important, because not everybody actually has somebody they can slipstream and do these a little better with. So for this one, using this, obviously Nitro Chemist will help you guys a lot there. I did run into the wall a little bit there. If you run into the wall, you obviously crash, but the Stingray is just so good on these that I recommend actually really trying these out. This car is really, really good, so I didn't beat my score, but this thing also held up pretty dang well, and you can actually pass the summit and get in platinum with a score like that. And for the other speed trap I want to show you guys is the one in San Francisco here. This one would be kind of weird because it's like jumps and all that, and the road's really wonky, obviously, you know, because it's San Francisco. So the Corvette obviously does a great job on these, and this is the car I pretty much use on all these. If you're trying to do these solo, guys, I recommend running this car 100%. To make your life definitely much easier. Obviously depends if there's cars in the way on how good you do on these. I went 338 there, but if you're running this solo, that might be like 115,000 or so, which could be really good. I noticed like 400 miles an hour was like 135,000, 136, so it doesn't really seem too much of a difference there. And here's the current build I'm running on my Corvette Stingray.